Hey fam, it's Cleo. I'm inviting you to join me for my next Set Yourself Free podcast on Saturday, September 27th at 11 a.m. Eastern Central Time. This episode is called The Company You Keep Surrounding Yourself with the Right Energy, because your circle can either fuel your fire or drain it. Join me live in my Set Yourself Free studio inside the Hello Plaza metaverse from your phone, laptop, iPad, or VR headset, and be part of the conversation in real time. Or catch the boring 2D live stream on all social media platforms if that's your vibe. Don't miss it, fam. Let's talk about building the kind of support system that keeps your dreams alive. See you there. Go to setyourselffree.io and join us in the metaverse from your phone.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Set Yourself Free podcast, where we reclaim our lives and redefine our legacy. I'm your host, Cleo. Yes, I am. And today we're diving into a truth that can either fuel your growth or quietly sabotage it. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about the company you keep. This episode is titled Surrounding Yourself with the Right Energy. And we're going to explore how our environment, the people we let in our circle, and the energy we allow into our life directly influences our ability to sustain our dreams. So guys, the reality is we all have vision, right? We have discipline and we have drive. But if our environment is toxic, it's like trying to plant a seed in poison soil. It simply won't grow. So let's jump right into the topic. Let's talk about this and let's see how finding the right people, how they can help to inspire us, help to motivate us, and help us to not only sustain our goals and our dreams, but to achieve it. So for the first part of the discussion, we're going to talk about the influences of our environment. So have you guys ever heard saying such as, you are the company that you keep, or birds of a feather flock together. And these sayings simply mean that we are shaped by the people and spaces that we interact with every day. All right. So who we surround ourselves with, the environments that we place ourselves in directly has an impact on our emotional health and our ability to succeed. So if we're surrounded by negativity constantly, surrounded by people that are constantly criticizing us, putting us down, telling us that we're not going to make it, we're not going to achieve anything. People that just don't believe in our goals and our dreams or even our potentials. Eventually, we're going to absorb that energy and we are going to make it our own. Think about your own experiences. Have you been around people that have been negative in the past? And how did it affect you? Right? So similarly, though, if we surround ourselves with people that encourage us, people who challenge us to do better, people who celebrate our wins with us, guess what? We grow stronger, right? And their beliefs help to fuel our journey, right? In addition to our own belief, because I do believe, and I say this all the time, that transformation in our lives happen with first believing in ourselves. We got to believe that we can succeed. We've got to believe that we can achieve. We've got to believe that we have potential. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you? So like I said, the journey starts with first believing in ourselves. The next step is not only just believing in yourself, but taking action. All right. So let's jump right into the second part of this discussion, which is identifying the energy around you. And first and foremost, our environment is either pushing us closer to our dreams or pushing us or pulling us rather further away. All right. Keep that in mind. It's either going to push us closer to our dreams and our goals, or it's going to pull us further away. So that's why we need to identify the energy around us. So how will I know whether the company I'm keeping is helping me or hurting me? That's a really good question. And here are some questions that you can ask yourself in order to ascertain this, right? The people that I surround myself with, do they celebrate my growth or do they feel threatened by it? And that's a huge thing, right? Oftentimes, sometimes the people that we spend our time with don't want to see us succeed. In fact, they may give us suggestions that may sabotage us, right? Knowing that that might not be the right path for us to take, but because they don't want to see us succeed, they may sabotage us, right? And that sabotaging comes often from them seeing our potential, right? And then feeling threatened by it. So it's important for us to, be aware of certain behaviors that people exhibit. Their tone of voice when you're talking to them about your dreams and your goals. How are they responding to it, right? So you can decipher whether this person is with me or this person is against me, right? Do When you speak to someone about your goals and your dreams, right? That you have, um, after sharing with them, ask yourself, do you did you leave the conversation with them inspired or drained, right? And again, that goes back to again what we were talking about earlier, which is when people feel threatened by you, they bring all this negative energy. And that negative energy can drain you, right? Drain you and take away your motivation and your drive. I remember back when I was starting out in this on this journey, talking to my mom, and my mom was like, you know what, you shouldn't tell everybody all your goals and dreams that you have in place, because you just never know what people what energy they bring into it, so it's just a word of advice, and I have to consider, you know who I share things with. Do I trust them? Do I believe in them enough that when I share with them, they will be able to be supportive towards me? And then last but not least, the last question to ask yourself is, are these people walking in alignment with their own goals or stuck in cycles of negativity? And that's important. You don't want to just surround yourself with people that support you, but you also want to surround yourself with people that are action takers as well, right? Because I told you the second part of this is not only believing yourself, but being able to take action. You don't want a support network of people that are not taking action in their own life, right? Because they're not going to be able to support you, right? So you want to ensure that you're really, when you're trying to build. Hey, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so excited I can't even speak clearly. But when you are building this support network, that you are looking at the people not just by what they say, but also by their actions. Because if they're not actionable people themselves, do you want to be surrounded by that? And will that in turn impact you? So pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Your body knows the truth before your mind makes excuses. Woo! Some powerful words there. All right? Because you know what? We'll make some excuses to continue to allow toxic people to be in our lives. So anyways, guys, we're going to take a short break. And if you didn't know much about me and what I do, we're going to take a moment right now to check out my AI avatar, and she's going to tell you a little bit more. Thank you.
Welcome to Set Yourself Free Life Coaching. We guide women who are overwhelmed with being emotionally stuck to get unstuck, so they can reach new heights of their full potential. We believe that everyone has the power to create the life they desire, but sometimes we need a little help along the way. That's where we come in. We provide personalized coaching and support to help you overcome your obstacles and achieve your goals. Our coaching program is based on the principles of positive thinking and self-empowerment. We believe that by changing your mindset, you can change your life. We will teach you how to identify and challenge your negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. We will also help you develop a strong sense of self-worth and confidence. Together, we will create a personalized plan to help you reach your goals. We will work with you on your specific challenges and provide you with the support and motivation you need to succeed. If you are ready to break free from the past and create the life you deserve, then contact us today. We would be honored to help you on your journey.
Hey guys, and welcome back. We are going to continue our discussion, and we are going to step into part 3 of the discussion, which is the power of uplifting relationships. So as we continue on, I want to say that surrounding yourself with the right energy doesn't mean you need a huge circle. It's not about it's about quality versus quantity, right? So we don't need to have a whole bunch of people around us to be a support system, but we do want to have the right set of people around us in order to form our support system. So that's where the quality comes in. So we want people who believes in our potential even when we doubt ourselves, and that is important. Oftentimes we feel that, on our journey to achieving our goals, that sometimes we might have the misconception that it's going to be perfect and things are always going to fall into alignment. And that doesn't always happen. Along the ways, you may face challenges, you may face obstacles, you may face self-doubt, right? Am I doing the right thing right now? Is this the right moment for me? Am I taking the right steps? Especially when you face obstacles, it can be discouraging, right? And when we feel the most discouraged or when we experience that self-doubt, we need to have people that are going to be around us to encourage us at that moment. And most importantly, we need people to remind us that we need to reframe our thinking, right? Because self-doubt stems from negative thoughts, right, that we have about our ability to achieve our success, specifically, and I'm specifically relating to our dreams in this moment, right? Self-doubt can stem from different things at different, situations in our life. But when we're talking about our dreams, it's like negative thoughts that we have. And so we have to be able to either remind ourselves or have someone to remind us that says, hey, listen, you're going to have to reframe and restructure this line of thinking that you've got going on, because it's not going to help you reach the goal that you're going to. And so please, please, please be mindful of the encouragers that you surround yourself with, who will be able to assist you with that. Then, of course, we want to have an accountability partner, and I'm big on this as well. You got to have someone who won't let you quit your dreams when things get hard. So not only are they going to believe in you, but they're going to hold you accountable for the dreams and the goals that you set for yourself. And I know for me, starting out this journey of starting a podcast, starting a coaching business, it wasn't easy. At first, you go in, you get certified, and once your certification is done as a life coach, there's so many more steps that you have to take in order for your business to thrive and to be successful. And there were many times that I wanted to quit, quit because I didn't know what direction to go into. But I do have people in my life who, at the times where I wanted to quit or I didn't know where to go, I have a friend who actually put me in contact with some amazing people, the Hello LLC, who is currently hosting this event for me in their metaverse. I connected with them. But if not for having a friend that believed in me, Kita, who pointed me in the direction of the Hello LLC, I wouldn't know what steps to take and then hold me accountable. And so once I, you know, engage with the Hello LLC, they were able to give me steps and solutions and strategies that I could use to assist me with, getting the business off the ground. And so not only were they able to give me those steps, but they were able to hold me accountable. And so that's what I'm saying to you guys, that it's important to not only have that support system that can support you emotionally, but can also give you advice, who knows you enough to know, what, here's something for you to try. Here's something for you to give a shot and see how this works for you because it's in alignment with the goals that you have. And that's what I did. And here I am today, so I encourage you guys to, when you're finding your support system, being open and transparent with them so that they have information where if they come across something that is in alignment with your goals and dreams, they'll be able to share that for you. And that in turn opens up doors for you. And it allows you to collaborate with other people. I was just having this conversation before, we started this live today about collaboration. And collaboration can't happen if we're not willing to share information with others. And if we're not willing to take us out of the equation and have a we and a community mindset. Collaboration is not just about taking from others, but it's also giving to others as well. So we together grow. And that's what support is all about. That's what surrounding yourself with the right energy is all about. It's knowing that when we come into this, we're not only taking from each other, but we're giving to each other as well. And last but not least, spend time with people who are already living in alignment with where you want to go. And that just speaks to what I was just saying just now, the collaboration. You're going to have to look outside of your family, friends, those immediate people that are going to support you, and branch out, and find people that are doing the same things that you want to do, doing the things that you want to excel in. And then you can collaborate with them. You can learn from them. They can show you the steps that is going to help you on your journey. Remember that the right relationships, they don't just support you, but they stretch you, right? They remind you of what's possible, what more you can achieve. You don't want to just stop at just, one goal. You want to see how far you can go and how impactful you can be. And so now let's talk about step 4, which is shaping your environment intentionally. So it's not only, like I said, about people, it's about the spaces that you create for yourself. And I'm going to say this again. It's not only about the people, but it's about the spaces that you create for yourself. So how am I setting up my environment for me to succeed? What books are you reading, right? How am I feeding myself emotionally? How am I creating more knowledge for myself, right? And again, knowledge is not power without action, right? If we don't use it, it's not as valuable as it can be, right? What content am I consuming? What are you watching on social media? What are you watching on TV? And not only that, am I taking action? Again, there goes that word again, action, 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 action. What conversations am I entertaining daily? Who are the people that I'm allowing to share my space? Are these people encouraging me? Are they naysayers? What does that look like? And then we want to think about, am I getting enough sleep? right? That's also an environment. What does my environment look like? Is it cluttered? Most people can't function in clutter and disarray. Me, I'm a little bit different. I have to have a little bit of clutter and stuff going on, but everybody is different, right? Find out the environment that works for you. Are you eating healthy? Are you exercising? What does my self-care routine look like? That also is part of your environment, right? Because if I'm not taking care of me, I can't take care of anything else. So it's important to ensure that our environment that we create for ourselves is healthy, and allows us to succeed, right? Because remember, your inputs will definitely become your output. So what you put in is what you're going to get out. And I tell this to clients all the time. I work in, with clients that have substance abuse issues primarily. And the work that they put into treatment is the work that they're going to get out. So if we're half-assing it, we're going to get a half-ass outcome, So if you want your success to be big, then you got to put in big effort, right? If you want to live at a higher level, you got to create the environment for you to be at a higher level. All right? So, in closing, here's a few things that I'm going to share with you to remember, for you to reflect on, and hopefully can help you on your chapter of achieving your goals and dreams. I want you to consider that our dreams can survive in just any environment, right? We have to create the environment and the space for it to grow. If you drop, depending on the type of seeds that you're trying to sow, if you don't plant that seed in a healthy, environment that it's going to survive in, it's not going to grow, right? So we got to make sure that we have the right soil, the right amount of light, the right amount of conditions in order for the seed that we're trying to grow and for it to flourish. All right. And we got to do the same thing with our dreams, right? Um, so this is why the company we keep matters. Who we walk with, who we listen to, who we encourage into our space. They all either going to nurture our goals and dreams with us, or they're going to snuff it out, right? So please be mindful to consider these, until next time, which is, who is in my circle consistently, and are they fueling my growth? And how can I spend more time with them? So who's in my circle? I want you to take a look right now. Not right now, but this episode, I want you to take a look at who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they supporting you? Are they pushing you, right? To strive for more? Or are they just, whatever, because whatever isn't going to help us grow, right? So we need to figure out who those people are that are encouraging us and figure out how we can spend more time with them. Then you want to think about who's draining my energy. That's I don't know, maybe. And you say you ain't going to amount to anything. You might as well quit while you're ahead. Who are those people that are draining your energy? And what boundaries? This is a key part. What boundaries do I need to set with these people, right? How close am I going to allow them into my inner circle, right? You can like them, you can care about them, but they might not be the one that you want to share your hopes and dreams with, because they're the ones that's going to steal that joy away from you. So what boundaries do I need to set, and how am I going to go about setting those boundaries? And then what's one intentional change, right, that I can make to my environment this week to support my dream? So what's one thing that I can do, and I can be intentional about it, to change my environment so that it will support my dreams? And again, your dreams could be anything. It could be as simple as, going back to school, taking a certification, getting back involved in, something that you started a long time ago but never finished it, right? What's one thing that I can do in order to change my environment so that it will support the goal that I'm trying to achieve? Write these things down, reflect on them, and then take action. There's that favorite word again, action. Take action, because nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So we have to be able to take action. And when you surround yourself with the right energy, you sustain your dreams, and it doesn't feel like, a struggle. It feels like in like alignment. And that's where we're trying to work towards, being in alignment, making sure that everything in our environment is in alignment with where we're trying to go. So thank you for joining me today on Set Yourself Free. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to have a little reminder about the power of their environment, the power of having supportive people around them. And don't forget to listen to this episode and prior episodes on setyourselffree.io, because we have definitely got more conversations to come that we're going to talk about, redefining our life and our legacy. And remember, guys, again, my favorite quote I'm going to tell you is that transformation happens when belief in yourself meets consistent action. If you want something to change in your life, you got to first believe in yourself. And then you got to take consistent action. And something just came to mind while I was just saying this, and I'm just going to add it in before I close out. In addition to setting your environment, right, making sure that you're in the right space for your dreams and your goals to thrive, one thing I did not mention was spirituality. And I don't know, what that means for all of you out there, but you know what it means for you individually. Be sure to include that in your environment. Whether it's creating a space that is peaceful, that has peaceful music, it's got some smells like lavender, common smells, whether it's, repeating a daily positive mantra, whether it's connecting with your higher power every day, reading some spiritual practices, whatever that means for you. Spirituality means different things for different people. Include that in the environment, because your spiritual foundation also is key to how far you will go when you're working towards your hopes and your dreams and your goals. So until next time, remember this: the right company doesn't just walk beside you, they help carry the flame when you're tired. Choose wisely. I'm going to say it again. Choose wisely who you're going to let to be in your inner circle, and watch how far you will go. So until next time, I'm going to leave it to my AI Motion Works to tell you a little bit more about Set Yourself Free. Until next time, guys. Take care.
Are you ready to break free from life's chains? Welcome to the Set Yourself Free podcast, now live in the metaverse. Discover powerful strategies to overcome challenges, boost your confidence, and unlock your full potential. From conquering the fear of success to managing holiday blues, we've got you covered. Learn how to let go of emotional baggage, practice proactive crisis management, and celebrate yourself with positive affirmations. Join us on this transformative journey and discover the freedom within you. Set Yourself Free, your guide to a happier, healthier you. Visit our metaverse studio today and start your liberation.